I'm Manthej. Hi, nice to meet you all. I'm one of Kartar's best friend, childhood friends growing up and known him my entire life. We're also really excited to be emceeing this thing. We originally, the beautiful Shannon and Bandana were going to, or Shannon and Haroop were going to MC this. And a couple weeks ago, we were having Korean barbecue with Kartar, and he told us, hey, Haroop and Shannon can't MC anymore, so you guys are my backups. So we're really excited to be here.
We should be really clear, that was not a few weeks ago, that was maybe 4 days ago. So if we seem a little bit unprepared, forgive us, but thanks, Kartar, appreciate you.
So we're gonna go into the speeches actually, and please give it up for the beautiful sisters of Kartar, Bandana and Haroop.
You can stand next to me. Good evening, everyone. For the few of you who don't know me, I'm Haroop, one of Kartar's elder sisters. Bandana is sitting there enjoying her salad. Kartar grew up as the youngest of 3, the baby of the family. And let me tell you, he ended up being babied by 3 moms, making him more in tune with his feelings than most men, while also being manhandled by us. And we wanted to share a few pictures and memories of Kartar as a baby, because that's how we all remember him as. So needless to say, when Kartar was born, Bandana and I were a little bit jealous, because now he was the one that they all loved to hold and cuddle. But you can see here the smile on mom and dad's faces, holding Kartar. Another mom, Bandana, enjoying tying Kartar's patka, actually. So there you go in the mornings. That's me sneaking in a little kiss while Kartar's taking a nap. I do the same thing with my son. And how can you resist that smile and those dimples? This is Kartar and my father at his school, teaching his classmates at school what a turban is all about and how to tie one. And this is one of our favorite family pictures that we still remember to this day, where we were seated at the dining table doing prayer, and Kartar somehow got a cup of yogurt and started rubbing it all over his face. And instead of getting angry, my dad just got a camera and took a picture, and we have this. So Sara, dealing with your sisters, who are amazing, by the way, is going to be a breeze for Kartar. He's had years of experience being outnumbered, and somehow he's always found a way to charm his way through. Growing up, Kartar learned quickly how to be patient, how to listen even when he didn't want to, and how to navigate 2 very opinionated sisters who were always in his business. Fast forwarding, one thing I really respect about Kartar is he's always followed his heart. Being the youngest, sometimes you're overshadowed and it's hard to break through. But from when Kartar said he wanted to pursue journalism at Syracuse all the way across the country, to when he said he wanted to be a sports producer, he's been paving the way and listening to his heart. Regardless of how others felt about it, he remained true to himself. And then he told us about Sara. To be honest, this was a shock to our traditional family. Kartar knew that it would be difficult to navigate this journey, but through it all, he held strong and he followed his heart. You okay, buddy? And the more time we spend with Sara, we know exactly why he was so smitten. And she won over our hearts almost instantaneously. I know mine. Sara, from the moment we met you, we knew you were special. Not only because Kartar smiled like a teenager in love every time your name came up, but because from the moment I met you, I could tell that you were strong, kind, and the perfect balance for him. And I mean, we love Kartar, but I can say this finally now, you outdid yourself. How lucky we are to have someone like Sara in Kartar's life and a part of our family. Our entire family is thrilled to officially welcome you into the family. So yesterday, after the Anand Kartaj at the Gurdwara, at the hotel, we played the wedding shoe game. And I've honestly never been to a wedding where the couple gets so many answers right. From who would be the first to cry in a movie, surprise, surprise, it's Kartar, to who is the most spontaneous. They were completely in sync. And then the question came up, who is the better dancer? Both Sara and Kartar raised Kartar's shoe. And I think it's time to show you why they agreed on that. Kartar may be the youngest of the family, but when it comes to dancing, he's always been a star. Let's please take a minute to witness Kartar back in high school in his natural state. If anyone wants a little bit more background to that video, just come get me offline. I'll tell you all about how that came to be. So we can't wait to see Kartar and Sara break a move on the dance floor tonight. May you both be blessed with love and happiness, always and forever. Love you.
Thank you, thank you. I want to talk about something that Sara actually alluded to earlier during her vows at the church. So there's a concept or a tenet, we'll call it a concept in Sikhism that's called Chardikala. So Chardikala is it's a concept that it means being in a state of eternal optimism and eternal happiness all the time. And the idea is that whether you're during sad times, during very terrible, depressing times, during happy times, at all times in your life, you look around for positivity and you look for the positive and you're eternally optimistic. And Sara talked about this in her vows as well too. And I've known Kartar since we were, our entire lives, since we were in diapers. I've known him as long as I can remember. And he's always exemplified Chardikala, this concept, more than anyone I've ever known. And I actually want to share a very small, it's an anecdotal story, but we're all from California and we love In-N-Out. It's our favorite burger. We go to In-N-Out all the time. Yeah, give it up for In-N-Out. It's such a good burger. Thank you. Yeah, we love it. And so it was me and Kartar and then some of our friends, my brother Barak, Keshav, and Manu. We were all hanging out as we do in the summers, and we're going to go to In-N-Out, and we're like, shit, the only way In-N-Out burger can be better is if there was bacon on it. That's the only way it could be better. And we're kind of like sad about that. And Kartar's like, oh, well, why not? We can have bacon on the burger. And we're like, no, it doesn't work that way. You can't add bacon to the burger. They don't let you add bacon to the burger. And he's like, let's just add bacon. We're like, no, it doesn't work that way. You can't add bacon. And he's like, why not? Let's just buy bacon and add it to the burger. And it's frivolous, it's silly, it's a very small thing. But so we went to actually Safeway, we bought a big pack of like that thick bacon, and we went back to Kartar's parents' place. His mom's like, oh, what are you doing here? And we just went and cooked the bacon and added it to our burgers, and we had bacon In-N-Out burgers, which is, it's insane. And yeah, no, round of applause for bacon on burgers, yeah. And it doesn't, I know it's a frivolous, small story, it's not like a very important thing, but that doesn't really matter. That's not who Kartar is, that's not how his mind works. It's he turned a situation around, again, very, like, it might seem small to a lot of you, but it wasn't small to me. It was one of the best burgers I've had. And that's quintessential Kartar. He can take any situation and just bring the positivity and turn the situation around. And it sounds really stupidly cliche, but I didn't think he could possibly become any happier or optimistic as a human being until I genuinely saw him with Sara for the first time in summer 2019. And Sara truly brings out the best, happiest version of Kartar that could possibly ever exist. I've seen Kartar through many ex-girlfriends. And they did not make him a better person. Yeah, that's just the truth. And Sara has become a very close friend of mine at this point, independently of Kartar. And it totally makes sense also. She has that the exact same warm, inviting optimism that Kartar has. And when you see them together, it makes sense, and it kind of clicks for you in your head. You get it when you see them together. Like seeing them in their PJs, ordering Chinese food, binging TV together, and exchanging warm smiles. Like, if you haven't witnessed that, I feel really bad for you, because it's really cute. And I'm so happy you two found each other, genuinely.
Guys, give it up for Montage. Keep it going. And give it up for me. You guys already know me, but just give it up. All right, so you guys already know me. I'm Kartar's cousin, but we've also been best friends since we were around 10 years old. We're basically the same age, and we've shared a lot of memories and milestones together, despite living across the country from one another for most of our lives. Kartar and I graduated from high school the same year, and we were each other's first calls when we got our acceptance letters. And we're really excited to see where the future was going to take us. We had no idea. Honestly, I'm pretty certain that I was Kartar's first long-term or long-distance relationship, and I'm pretty sure I prepared him to do long-distance with Sara. So, guys, you're all welcome. Thank me. For the next 4 years and beyond, we spent almost every single day in college, especially, talking to each other. I'm pretty sure I spoke to him more than like some of my roommates, and they were like, "Who are you always on the phone with?" I'm like, "It's my boy." And we would tell each other every single story as though we were roommates, no matter how small. It could be something like, this is why I went to the dining hall and ate this and blah, blah, blah. It was really stupid, but it was like our way of staying connected. And I'm pretty sure I knew Kartar better than anyone until Sara came along. Thanks, Sara. I first met Sara, in quotes, when I was living in San Francisco. And she was in Italy on a trip, and Kartar was over at my place, and it was over FaceTime. And after we hung up, we had a really fun, conversation full of laughter. And when we hung up the phone, Kartar was like, "This is it, man." And it's like they say, when you know, and here we are 6 years later. Give it up for that. Now, Kartar and I were long-distance best friends for over 15 years, but now we live 10 minutes apart, and Sara's become a constant in my life. And I can definitely say that she is Kartar's better half, and I do not mean that as an insult to Kartar, because that's just how great Sara is. She is easily one of the most genuine people, and that can't be understated. I mean, her ability to connect with you on a deep level, really want to know what's happening in your life in a way that's not just superfluous, is not an interaction that I have with most people. And I'm sure many of you here can agree with that. I'm so incredibly glad that they found each other, glad I've gained a sister, and glad I'm not the only one who's had to endure Kartar screaming at the TV at 6 a.m. because Tottenham missed a freaking goal. Mind you, that was on New Year's Day after we went to sleep at like 5 a.m. So thanks, bud. Appreciate that. Sara, welcome to the family. I love you guys so much, and I can't wait to celebrate you guys tonight and every day. Guys, we've got a couple more speeches, so sit tight. Next, I want to introduce Sara's incredible sisters, Shannon and Summer. They're matrons of honor and kindred spirits.
Hello, everyone. I am Shannon, and this is Summer. One mic. Hey, guys. And our bodyguards. Oh, and our bodyguards, yeah. Sara truly believes the world is her oyster. Sara, Summer, and I have traveled the world in search of an adventure. We've seen the northern lights of Finland and the whale migrations of Alaska and Mexico. We've also discovered an adventurous bat flying around Sara's head at 4 a.m. while Summer was on vacation. While I was also screaming on the phone with Mom. Sara reminded me that she is steadfast, cool, calm, and collected, and used our dad's shop vac trick. She sucked up the bat, released it into the wild, and it is a reflection of how brave. Sorry, we only have one up. For some weird reason, we did the vows on one sheet of paper. No technology anymore, you know. Also, gentle Sara, and so Sara is also a gentle creature and released the terrorized bat into the wilderness. Sara, of course, stood in to fix the situation because, as she always has and always will, shows up for everybody she loves in her life, even if rabies are involved. Oh, that's mine.
Hold for quality assurance.
Oh yeah, that's me. One thing we can all agree on is that Sara and Kartar show up for one another and people.
Yes, we could all agree and say that they always have gone the distance. You know, I think the best way to go about this statement is to show them, Shannon.
I think that's a great idea, Summer.
Let's show and tell.
Yeah. Shall we?
All right. Oh, wardrobe change.
Whoop. Pointers. As you can see, this is the map of the United States of America. For everyone can see, right? Okay. So, as you can see, we, aka Sara, and the Ceruto family grew up in Bethlehem, Connecticut, this little tiny speck right over here, okay? And Kartar grew up in this big old state over here. The distance between the two is immaculate. Summer?
Sizable, even. To further illustrate the empirical evidence of their love, Shannon and I consulted an actuary and crunched the statistical likelihood of a sick boy from San Jose, California, props for San Jose, meeting and marrying a Catholic girl from Bethlehem, Connecticut, props for Bethlehem, Connecticut, and the results were pleasantly shocking. While anyone can see these two have a love like a lightning strike, we didn't realize their love was far rarer than a lightning strike. You see, while the chance of being struck by lightning is approximately 1 in a million, The chance and likelihood of these two beautiful souls getting married was 3 in 10 million people.
Sara, can you say that number one more time?
Certainly, 3 in 10 million people.
Million.
The evidence shows that this beautiful couple is truly a natural phenomena. There is no doubt God was very intentional about getting these two together. Also, good job, Shannon.
Yes, me. Speaking of getting them together, the human credit goes to me. One day, I met Kartar at ESPN, where we had a party. Well, we didn't have a party at ESPN. We went to a party. Most of the people there were as fun as you can say a box of rocks. But Kartar's magnetic personality stood out instantly, and it was so refreshing. We became best buddies right away. I eagerly went home to tell Sara about my newfound discovery, as I always do. I ran into the kitchen and I said, "Sara, I found a unicorn." Soon after, I said to Kartar, "You would really like my sister," to which he said, "I don't know if she's my type." Well, as soon as he laid eyes on her, the rest was history. Since shooting stars are a symbol of new love, and obviously Summer mentioned natural phenomenon, let's all take a minute to make a wish on the shooting star that is Sara and Kartar's love. We just love you so much.
Yeah. So please raise a glass and let's toast to the rare and beautiful love of Sara and Kartar. Congratulations. We're so happy for you.
You graduated! Yay!
A big round of applause for Sara's sisters and bodyguards, calculating the odds of finding such an incredible, immaculate couple. Sounds like immaculate is the word of the night. Next up, we would like to welcome Sara's spirit animal, a man with lots of laughs, but honestly, with more jokes, Mr. Peter Ceruto.
Oh boy, I'll tell you, it's really good to see everybody here this evening, and especially yesterday where I didn't get a chance to thank everybody for such a wonderful afternoon. It was absolutely super. I did get a chance to talk to Father Tucker, and he was touched by the outpouring of everybody that came to the church today. So thank you very much. Let me make this quick because there's no way I'm going to beat any of these things, that's for sure. Each of my kids, we have nicknames for. Pooter, Hooter. And Sara's name is Sparhooticus. Because as an early child, about that big, she had a tartan skirt on, and she'd go around with the attitude, the huge attitude. And it was special. We knew right then and there we had somebody pretty cool. She was going to be different. She wasn't going to fit in the box. She was going to blaze her own trail. And that's what she did. She's very special in a lot of ways, and you heard this tonight. Very deep, caring. But I've seen her corporately too, and she'll cut your ears off if she had to do it. It's a real nice blend to have once in a while, you know. So we've gone through 2 weddings already, and my wife and I have worked our whole life to prepare the girls to go out into the world. And Kath, my hat's off to you. You did a great job. And Sarah comes home and she's got this smirk on her face, and I'm going like, that's a love smirk. And she didn't tell us about Kartar for a bit. But one day she came and said, hey, would you like to go to a Yard Goats game? Now, I hate baseball, you know. But we knew there was somebody brewing and stewing. And the moment I met Kartar, and then again, this is a cliche, he was just terrific. Just the nicest guy, tender, smart. And those two, it's like chocolate and vanilla. I mean, they're just both together. You know, separate, they're really tasty. Together, they're better. And he said, hi, Mr. Ceruto, my name is. Would you like something to eat? So he went over to the hot dog stand and got me a hot dog, and from there on out, it was like, hey, I like this guy. He's going to really kind of cool. But we wish you the very best, because you're going to get the very best, because you are the very best. To the new couple.
All right, guys. For the last speech of the night, we have the guest of honor. And as you saw earlier today, there might be some tears involved. He's going to come up here. He's going to say a few words. Kartar, come to the stage.
This is less a speech, and I just wanted to thank a few people. We have a lot of family that came from all over. Some friends. We have a friend from London here, Kartar. And then we have a couple other friends. So just wanted to thank a few people because we know how much time and money and energy it takes to come and spend this weekend with us. So I want to start with Sarah's family first. When I say your state, I want you to stand up and wave, and everyone will give you a round of applause. So Sarah's family from Pennsylvania, please stand up. Sarah's got some family from Massachusetts in the building. There they are. We've got some family from New Jersey. And lastly, we have some family from right here in Connecticut. So amazing. And then a special thanks to a few people from Sarah's side. We want to thank first and foremost her bridesmaids, Shannon and Summer, who put in tireless hours of work. We also want to thank, or I want to thank Sarah's parents, Peter and Kathy, and her brother, Casey. Stand up, please, stand up. And then on my side, this is going to take a while. So we've got a lot of family from India. So I want to introduce. Please stand up if you're from Delhi, from our family from Delhi. Please, everyone, stand up. Really quickly, Bulbul Mami Ji, please stand up and stay standing. This is my mom's sister-in-law from India. This wedding literally wouldn't have happened without her. She made every outfit. She was our eyes and ears for the entire event. Every outfit you saw yesterday, every outfit you saw on Thursday night was her. She did all the work. So thank you, Mami Ji. Also, I want to give a shout out to my friend who came all the way from Bangalore, India, Nikhil. Nikhil, please stand up. And then from New York, my family in New York, Haroop. Yeah. All the way from New Jersey. New Jersey, stand up. I want Divnan to keep standing for a second. Most people pay money for like a hairstylist. I got one for free this entire weekend. So thank you. Family from Las Vegas. Las Vegas, stand up. We have some family from the Bay Area. Masi G, Master G, whoever else, get up. Yeah, there they are, over there. Perfect. One family member from Detroit. There they are. And then we have a whole host of people from Los Angeles. Where are they? There they are. I want to also give one special shout out to someone from Los Angeles, LA Mama G, who also was very important. He's a very important part of our family, period, but also was very important to this wedding. He sent a lot of items here and made sure that everything went off without a hitch. So thank you to LA Mama G. And then lastly here, my sisters, Haroop and Bandana, who put in as much work as Summer and Shannon did, which trust me is a lot of work. So thank you so much. Wouldn't have happened without them. My mom and my dad can stand up real quick. Thank you. And then lastly, these people go unsung because they're like my boys and I just expect them to do it, but Maneeth, Muntej, and Harjap, please stand up. So thank you to everyone I just mentioned. You guys were so important. Huh? Oh, and sorry, I missed one of the most important people. From Vancouver, we have people, please stand up. Kirat, Sandeep. But yes, all of these people have made this, they were so important, they were irreplaceable for this wedding. And to everyone else who made it, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy life for us. We appreciate it.